Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video, we're going to be unboxing the brand new iPad Pro 10.5 and 12.9. So the new box on the iPad Pro 10.5 is actually pretty cool. It's the first time they've kind of invested some extra money into the graphics on the actual package itself. So around the side of the box, the same as iPad Pro like it did in the previous years. But here it is. It is gorgeous looking in person. Normal accessories that come with every iPad. But let's take a look at this guy personally here. The rose gold actually looks really good. This is the 64GB model. And I wasn't too sure about the rose gold, but after I saw it in person, I was like, okay, this is actually pretty sweet. But definitely not as sweet as this display turned out. Holy cow, Apple did such a fantastic job when they overhauled this display. This one and the 12.9 iPad both have the 120Hz refresh rate, which is more responsive than any touchscreen on the market, period. The most responsive touchscreen you can get. And it is crazy. Like, this is the most fluid tablet, iPad, anything that I've ever used ever. Like, it's just so fluid. Everything just works so well. The enhanced brightness in the display, it has more vibrant colors. And it's got an anti-reflective coating on the display, which I haven't really noticed like a huge difference with. But it supposedly is supposed to help, especially outdoors when there's extra lighting. So I guess we'll be able to see that later on. But overall, just messing with this, even for the first just 2 or 3 minutes, I was extremely impressed. But I think what's even more impressive is the new A10X Fusion chip. It is a 6-core processor that Apple introduced with this and the 12.9 Pro, and they claim it can easily handle editing and rendering 4K content with up to 10-hour battery life, which is a pretty bold statement, but I guess we'll see going forward. But so far they've impressed me, especially with the multi-touch display. Now, this app specifically works a lot better with an Apple Pencil, but even just with my finger, like, I'm able to draw all over the screen and it's so responsive. So that was the 10.5-inch iPad Pro, and like I said, so far I'm extremely impressed, but let's check out the 12.9. So again, the graphics on the box are awesome. So each color that you get, whether it's the space gray, the silver, rose gold, it's got a different graphic with the color of the iPad in the box on the front of the display. I think that's pretty cool. We've already seen an iPad Pro 12.9, but I'm pleasantly surprised with this refresh they did, especially since this as well has got the A10X Fusion chip with 6 cores. Basically, it's the same iPad as the 10.5, but in a larger display. It's the same pixels per square inch. There's just minor changes in between, but I'm telling you that 120Hz refresh rate panel does so much for this iPad. Like, they should have done this a long time ago. And same thing with the 10.5, like, it is just so fluid. And not to mention that these new processors are more powerful than most laptops you can get on the market, which says a lot, especially coming from a tablet. But this is that same app I showed you on the iPad Pro 10.5, just on the larger display. But to be honest, when I saw Apple announcing another 12.9-inch tablet, I was really hoping for basically a mobile version of OS X. And I know a lot of people have said, oh, that's not going to happen. I think eventually it will, and honestly, probably in the next couple of years, because they're making these tablets just as powerful as computers, so why not have the option to have literally your computer on your tablet like a lot of other companies have already done. But that might just be wishful thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and power both of these off and then power them back on and see how long it takes to turn on. So the iPad Pro 12.9 was actually just a tiny bit faster than the iPad Pro 10.5. But something really cool that both these share in common is that Apple released them with a 512GB option available. They come in 64, 256, or 512, which is the first time Apple's ever done a 512GB tablet, but either way, I'm sold. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at JB_iPhone5 for future updates. We'll see you in the next video.